It's a big job just getting
Cool album covers, episode 20, Big Heads.
I'm Mark Major.
I am Rich Batchelor.
Our first cover is...
Oh, it's a portrait of Merle Haggard. He's looking off wistfully into the sunset like, now where did I leave that Haggard?
This may be the last time that Merle Haggard looked like some kind of a James Dean Young cut actor. From here on out, he's always appeared as, Haggard
as possible. He was a fairly good-looking fella there through much of the 60s, and then, well, things just sort of fell over, I guess. He's still with us, is the Merle. It's kind of amazing how, well, I don't know, how big his head is. This whole big head motif thing seems to happen in country music a lot more than other genres, where, yeah, it's giant representation of whoever's head, and title of album, name of artist, and, you know, track listing, and we're done, we're out of there, you know, and here, Merle is looking out at a long day at the beach.
Let's move on, shall we? Kristofferson, me and Bobby McGee.
Kristofferson. He looks like he's about to get in your face over something.
Is that Salt and Pepper in the Beard, or is that your cover that has a little bit of wear on the front?
Even then, he would have had Salt and Pepper in the Beard. How do I know that? The scene in Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, where he and the other bikers show up and they want to rape what's-her-name, who's traveling around with Warren Oates.
So, because of that, not because you're his personal beard maintainer?
Well, yes. I was his beard tech for a few years, yes.
Those were the best years. Our third cover, Johnny Cash. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Yeah, you could get involved in a round-robin conversation with him forever about that. It's like, hey, what's the name of your album? Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Yeah, but what's the name of your album? And, you know.
Hello, I'm Gimme Cash.
Compared to the album by, oh man, who did that? Eddie Harris, I think, that's called I Need Some Money. It might be the greatest name for an album I've heard in my life.
Let's move on to our number 4 position, Perez Prado. Man, this guy just keeps fighting his way back into cool album covers, doesn't he?
He made so many cool album covers. Here, of course, he is represented as enormous purple and screaming and sweating, I imagine.
Maybe he's being tortured or something.
The Mambo! Mort Sahl at the Hungry Eyes, sitting back, bemused, looking at you.
What is the Hungry Eye?
The Hungry Eye was a famous folk music and comedy scene, comedy, how do we put that, nightclub in, I believe, San Francisco in the late 50s, early 60s.
His head is so big that it doesn't even fit onto the cover.
It's true. It's in the neighborhood of over 12 inches tall at this point, and blue, as are all things cool. You know, I mean, he's not on Blue Note Records at all, you know, here, but he is on Verve, which is about as close as you come.
Yeah, couldn't ask for much more than that.
The Hungry Eye, there was a lot of acts in the day. The Kingston Trio recorded an album there. Lots of people recorded an album there. So much so that, like, people started making jokes about it.
Folkies?
Folkies, and again, groundbreaking comedians like this guy. And like, if I'm not mistaken, this is the album that starts off with the MC saying, and now the Hungry Eye is pleased to present our next president. You know, I mean, like, during that very, very brief cultural moment when guys like him were on top of the heap.
I give it a 10, and that concludes Big Heads.
Next time, it's personal.
I gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. I drank a little beer in a tavern, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Here comes that working man.